What's going on, y'all, man? I wanted to discuss league leaders in this game and how sorry and pathetic they are, and why just you leading a league on your own could be bad for you. You know, I've tried to discuss the players before who owned the league on their own. It's too much of a burden to sit there and try to control 100, 200 members and trying to make everyone happy. Everyone is going to you. You're the go-to person. You have to delegate this, delegate that. Make sure everyone is taken care of. People want feet runs and feet groups. People get mad because they're not being focused on. It's really hard to run a league on your own, and you shouldn't even want to. You should want to share that responsibility with other people. And if you don't, I think you're just a self-centered person. And the reason why I say that is I had a league leader before a couple of years ago. Didn't work out. And a few members that was in that league with me had wound up leading, and we made our own league. And we agreed on the foundation was we're not going to have a solo leader in our league. We're going to be councilmen. It'll be four of us, and we'll all four together are going to run the league. So it wouldn't be gatekeeper has to do everything. He's, whatever he say goes. I may be having an off day, and I get on DC, and I'm like, you guys are doing this. You guys are horrible. And it's just, and I may be out of place. Like we're human. So you need someone else in your ranks who shares the same responsibility as you to help you guide people on this game. Now, you have people who just can't lead, period, and people who shouldn't even be trying to lead people on DC. Everyone is not a leader, and there's nothing wrong with that. You have leaders and you have followers. There's nothing wrong with you not being a leader, but if you're not successful at it, um, it's going to be hard for you in this game, and then you're going to get mad, and you're probably going to stop playing because people are leaving your league constantly. People leave leagues all the time, especially kids. Kids are league hoppers, So don't get discouraged by that. But if you're not actually helping a player elevate himself in the game, making him better, teaching him about the game, then you shouldn't be a league leader. Like there's a lot of leagues who require I want 250 skill points, I want this, I want that before you come in here. You basically want players who are already a finished product, and you just trying to add that to your collection. I have no problem helping someone who's trying to learn about the game. At one point, myself was trash and garbage at the game, and then I had a few people guide me and teach me the ins and outs of DC. There's nothing wrong with trying to helping people who are dedicated to getting better, because you have people who just want to get carried and people who really genuinely want to get better and get skill points. Um, so if you're not trying to help people, it's a problem. I have people in my league who are like real comic book hardcore DC fans, and everyone is not the greatest gamers. A lot of people just like playing a game because they like playing a game. You don't have to judge people by the scoreboard all the time. I judge people, their personalities, what they bring to the game besides the damage that they put on the scoreboard. Everyone doesn't have to be the best at uh, healing and tanking and trolling and DPS in order to be of value to your league. People hold value in other ways. So as long as you in my league and you need help with something, I'm never going to be a person who won't help you because you we may not get through a raid because I have to carry you. You on the council, you're part of the council, and that's just how it's always going to be. But you just have there's just league leaders, and you know it's hard being a league leader. I'm not, and it's it's really hard. Like you dealing with people's personality all the time and try to cater to everyone, and everyone wanting the center of attention. You make a raid group, and some of these people can't go because they don't like to play their roles. And my league is not, like if you're in my league, we don't require people to play their role, but I tell people all the time, if you're not playing a role and we're making a group and I need a healer, tank, control, and you can possibly be either one of those and you just don't play a role, you're not going. And you can't be offended by it, because this is what happens when you don't play a role. You're going to get in the LFG. There's a million DPS that play this game, and very few are playing roles, and very few are playing tank. It's hard to get a tank. I remember when Throne Elite came out and you needed 4 tanks. It was like, I think I got reset every day of the week because you just couldn't find tanks in the game. So, you know, just if you're a league leader and you're listening, think about delegating some of that responsibility to someone who's dependable, someone who's reliable, and don't be the person who says everything and does everything, and you're the end all and be all of your league. Because after a while it gets really boring, it gets really tiring, and people um, start to void you out. They start to wander off and do their own things. But if you have people who on equal who have equal responsibilities as you, they can never say, you know, you were wrong, because if the rest of the people feel the same way you do, you have more people who can sit there and say, hey, listen, I agree with this person. We should be doing this and we should be doing that. So just think about sharing some responsibility. And as far as being a league leader, you don't have to give up your position. A lot of people want to have their name on the top of the leaderboard that's running the league. That's all good and dandy. It's not even about you. It's about the people around you. You can have 10 people in your league. If your 10 people is great, rounded people, you can be successful. You need 8 people to run a raid. So you don't need to have 100 people, 200 people to run a league. My league is just fine the way it is. I don't have 1,000 people in our league, but the core members that we do have are great, personality-wise, game-wise. You know, there's no real problems, and if we do have problems, we handle it that same day, squash it, and that's the end of that. Um, I'm a manager in my career, so I know how to manage people. But you have people who don't know how to manage anything, and would never manage a day in their life, in the real world, and they're trying to be managers in DC, and they're just not capable of doing it. Um, so just be careful with league leaders. Everyone is not a leader. Everyone's not born to be a leader. Um, and if you can bear the weight of carrying all these people, fine. But if not, let's think about other ways you can help run your league, man. So once again, it's your boy. Holla at me. Hit me up in the comment section. Subscribe. I'll be on DC. Peace.